Purnamada
Om Purnamada
Purnamidam
Purnamidam
Purnat
Purnat
Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnamadaya
Purnameva
Purnameva
Avashishyate
Avashishyate
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Shubhodaya. Good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are joining. We have made inroads into Isha Avasya Upanishad, talking about all-pervading God. Isha means, Ishvara means omnipotent. He pervades everywhere. It is his Upanishad. This Upanishad is one of the shortest of the Upanishad and has 18 mantras. It is part of Shukla Yajurveda, revealed through Yajnavalkya Rishi. Through Yajnavalkya Rishi, through him, two Upanishads came out. One is Brihadaranyaka. Name itself says Brihat. It's the biggest of the Upanishad. It's mainly a discussion between, it has many aspects, and one is a discussion between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi, the discussion, philosophical discussion. And here, Shukla Yajurveda, it is Ishavasya Upanishad, also called as Yajniya Mantra Upanishad. It's a discussion between Swayambhu Manu and his grandson Yajna. From Manu has become man. It's Manu, the first, the son of Chaturmukha Brahma. From Manu, that word man has come. When he was confronted with challenges, he was thinking how he would handle the challenges in life. Then he got the message, nothing happens according to your plan. One who is the Lord of everything, everything happens according to him. In Vishnu Sahasranam, it talks about Lokadyaksha, Suradyaksha, Dharmadyaksha, Kritaha. He is the Lord of the universe, Dharmadyaksha, manager, and he is not a manager what we understand. He knows each and every part of everyone. He knows each and every part of everyone, and so it is Bhagavan. Everything happens according to him. So shed off your fear, aspire to celebrate your life. You have been given an opportunity to play the game well and celebrate your life. This Upanishad starts with the mantra Purnamada. Ada means there. He is complete outside. Purnamidam. He is complete within. He is complete everywhere. He is complete whether I contribute or not contribute, he will get his things done. He is not dependent on anyone, but things will happen, but you can get the credit. Behind everyone, he is doing everything, and he is in Bhagavad Gita tells about Tasmat Tvamuttishta Esho Labhastva Jitva Shatrum Bhunksho Rajyam Samruddhvam Mamaivaite Nihata Purvameva Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. Everything happens according to me, but Shri Krishna says, take the credit. You take the credit, make a sankalpa that you will act, you will do your karma without any attachment, you will get the credit. Though everything done by the Lord, he is not taking any credit. He is not taking the credit. Here, Ishavasya idam sarvam, first mantra, Ishavasya idam sarvam.
Ishavasya idam sarvam.
Yatkincham jagatyam jagat.
Yatkincham jagatyam जगत्
तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीताः
तेनक्यतेन भुञ्जीताः
मा कृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम्.
मा कृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम्.
Whose wealth you think? You are saying that this is your wealth, you don't want to part. And whose wealth is that one whose, for example, the Anil Ambani, he was once billionaire, now he is a pauper. We have seen in front of ourselves. And same is the Raymond Suit, the owner of the company. He was a multi-millionaire. Raymond, well-branded clothes, and his son took over. Son threw the father on the street, and the father was begging for food. You are a multi-millionaire. You think everything you are achieved. You have done that one. Today you are a millionaire. Tomorrow you may be on the street. Sri Krishna says not to say that this is your wealth. God has allowed you to hold on to the wealth. It is not your wealth. Nothing belongs to you. He has allowed you to hold on to that one. Isha avasya idam sarvam yatkinchan jagatyam jagat. Tena tektena bunjitaha magrada kasva siddhanam. So, not to say that this is my wealth, this is my possession. And maybe a multimillionaire, you say it is not yours. You are only a custodian of that one. A custodian means you have no right to just splash the wealth. You utilize wisely for a right cause. The second mantra talks about kurvan eveha karmani jiji vishechatam samaha evam tvai nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare kurvan iha karmani. You have to, when you have health, able body, able mind, able senses, you exert yourself, do your best. Karmani, aspire to live for 100 years. Aspire to live, not to just say you are working since they are paying the money. Many things are done through the non-paid jobs. One person called me up saying that people are, as long as they are working, they think they are looking after the community, they are contributing to the community, they are looking after the family. After they retire, they are dependent on others. But that person says, despite you are out of the mainstream paid job, community is dependent on you. Still, it is something extraordinary. Very unheard of. The moment you are out of job, you are dependent on others for everything, seeking out help. But he said you have positioned yourself such a way that community is dependent on you. Something great, something marvelous. It's a God's grace, he says. And kurvan iha karmani, do the job. Everyone, listeners also, must live such a way that community is dependent on you. People should not think, oh, that person has come again. How to get rid of that person? Live such a way that everyone aspires your company. Iha karmani, live for 100 years. Otherwise, in the old age, nobody wants you. Nobody wants you in the old age because you are a trouble. You are a trouble. Nobody wants you, and live for 100 years. Yes, live for 100 years. Aspire to live with a demand. Command, demand even when you are old, infirm. You never become not wanted by the society. Always be in demand. Always be in demand. Kurvan, it is talking about Jiji Vishechatam Samaham. You aspire to live for long, always be in demand. You should not become redundant in your life. People, you should not lose the value in the society. Evam tvai nanete to asti na karma lipyate nare. How you can be always in demand? You submit yourself to the Lord. Whatever in your work life, you are always in serving the Lord as seva to Him. You are doing the karma. You are doing the karma to Him, one who has served the Lord, seeing the Lord everywhere, in everyone seeing the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita also, Mai Pashyati, Sarvam Mai Pashyati, Tasyaham Pranashyami, Nasa me na Pranashyati. One who sees me everywhere, me in everyone, that person never will lose the value in the society. You live such a way that you won't become redundant. Redundant in your life, redundant. Generally, people become redundant. Other day, one person, he was 65 years, he was crying, they made me redundant. Though he has a lot of money, he could not contain. They made me redundant. Not to wait for that situation. When you have energy, live such a way that you are wanted by the society. Asurya namate loka andena tamasavrutaha tangste pretya bigachanti eke cha atmahano janaha. Life is a game. How you played the game is determined by how you die. Tell me how that person has died, I will tell you how he lived the life. How you live the body determines how you lived the life. He says, live with this way, you will depart also will be smooth. If you live for yourself, thinking that I did, your departure is very torturous. That miserable death, Asurya, that type of soul goes to the path of darkness, Namate Loka, andena covered with the darkness, the Petyabhigachanti. These are the path of the suicidal tendency. They live for only themselves. Here Upanishad talks about, and Bhagavad Gita also Sri Krishna calls very critical, Stena evasa. That person is verily a thief. Verily a thief. Doesn't want to share, and Sri Krishna calls a thief. That explanation here, that soul will go into the darkness. Then anejadekam manaso javiyo naina deva apnuvan purva marshata taddavato nani atyeti tishtata tasmin apo matarishva dadati. You are talking about everything belongs to him. Where is he? He is talking about anejad ekam manaso, where his quality, anejat, he doesn't move, everywhere is there, and faster than the mind. Before mind can think of, he is already there. He is swifter than your senses. If you try to run, he stands ahead of you, and he supports everyone like air and water supporting us. तदेजति तन्नेजति
तदेजति तन्नेजति
तद्धूरे तुदन्तिके
तद्दूरे तदन्तिके
तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य
तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य
तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यता
तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यता
तद्येजति yejati means it moves along with everyone, moves it also because he is there within everyone. Tan anejati, it doesn't move. It doesn't move. Everything he is outside, complete, pervades everywhere. He doesn't move and moving with everyone. He is very further than the furthest. Further than the furthest, and they talk about the universe. This universe, it looks like a Brahmanda, it's in a egg shape. The Easter in Christianity also is symbolizes that one. Universe is in the egg shape. Everything, this universe, but there is not one universe. The Sahasra, it's Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, Sahasra Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. This type of universe, countless universes are there. He is there further than the furthest. Tadantarasya sarvasya, he is within everyone. Sarvasya bahyata, he is outside everyone also. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyevanu pashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijigupsate. That in search of him we are going to Kailas, we went to Ganga, dip in the Ganga, went to Badri, and wherever pilgrimage in search of him we went, we are going, and after all travel they realize he is there right within. That Vijayadasa also is talking about, I went to Ganga to see him and I did not. I went that place, I didn't see him. And tired I am. I sat for meditation. I realized right within. And it is talking about he is there within the ocean. If he is only outside, through Garuda I can go, and I could not reach him. Only outside. If he is high, even Garuda can't reach. Even fish is going within, even fish can't reach him. If he is in the ocean, not in the ocean, not in the sky, and he is right within. Right within, and everyone. Doesn't mean we should not go to pilgrimage. We should know the great places. We are looking. Why we are looking? To get experience, I have to try everywhere. Without trying, I can't sit in Melbourne. He's there within. I don't want to practice. You have to try. See the greatness. See the beauty of the Lord everywhere. In the Mount Kailas, you see his beauty. In Ganga, you see the beauty. And after seeing all beauties, whatever beauty you have seen, most beautiful thing is in your heart. You have to experience that one. You have to experience. Otherwise, it's only an intellectual discussion. Why you go there? I am happy. I am seeing God here. I am only misleading. You have to go everywhere. Go everywhere. See the presence of God, how the devotees, when you go to those places, you see how devotees are there. For example, if you go to Govardhan, the humility, the Govardhan Parvat, the devotees are the pouring the water, milk around the mountain. They are doing the Sastang Namaskara across. See the devotion. See the devotion in Mount Kailas. The monks, they are just falling flat for each step, and the amount of reverence they have. See the qualities of devotees. To see the devotees, you are going not to see the God. See the devotees. And scriptures, dasas, they are saying that what I have to do with these places, give me the company of noble people. Only give the company of wise people, satsang. That alone will save me. I can go. Why I go to Badrinath, Mount Kailas, other Himalayas? May I get a company of noble people. They will guide me. Yasmin sarvani bhutani
यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि
atmanyeva bhutvijanatah
आत्मन्येव भूतविजानतः
tatra ko moha kashoka
तत्र को मोहकः शोकः
ekatvam anupashyata
एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः
yasmin sarvani bhutani. This is atmanyeva abhut vijanata. One sees that one within. One revels after seeing everywhere. One realizes that one it is right within. Tatra ko moha kashoka ekatvam anupashyata. One who sees within what is the moha, where is the delusion, where is the shoka, where is the regret. Parikshit Raja was cursed to, grandson of Arjuna, was cursed to die. He was, his another name Vishnuratha, die within 7 days. And when he knew he was going to die, if our doctor says you are in the final leg, and maybe they will call you all your people, your time is up. If that is the case, we go into depression. We are busy closing the bank account and writing the will. In the last minute, if they say 1 week, I am so busy writing the will, going to the bank, closing that account, this account. Parikshit Raja, when he decided, the 7 days he is going to die, he sat for meditation. And at that time, all sages came. Shukacharya, it's Shiva's avatara, it's Shuka, and all the Parshurama, Vasishta, Vishwamitra, Jamadagni, Gautama, many rishis came. That is the place, and he was hearing the Bhagavatam. Stories after stories of devotees. At the end, the Shukacharya said, the death won't consume you. You are immortal. You are immortal. You see the experience, the God within. God within, even Takshaka it can consume the body. Body has gone, but you are not the body. You are within, connect within. And the Shukacharya, the Samskrita, you want to read Shastras, you can't read yourself. You have to have the teacher. Without the teacher guidance not to read. Shukacharya's message to Parikshit, contemplate on Tvam Brahma, it's Aham Brahma, Aham Brahma, Aham Brahma. You say that one and meditate. It is Aham Brahma, literal meaning is I am Brahma, I am God. Not that one. Aham means within me God is there, He alone saves. That Aham means not I, within me. Within me. Aham Brahma means the Supreme Lord is my true friend, my alone friend. How it is Aham means that Brahma is the only one who can save me. Contemplate on that one. Then Parikshit, after hearing this one from Shukacharya, he thanked him and he bowed down, put his head at the feet of Shukacharya, and he said, Parikshit, now permit me. I want to shut all my senses. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to hear anyone. I want to shut my senses. I want to sit for meditation. I want to cast off my body. And saying so, he became silent. Shukacharya imparted, he left. That is the one who sees within. Then at the last minute, if somebody is dying, we want to rush to the hospital and start crying. Parikshit says, how to die? Please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. That how he departed, the way in Srimad Bhagavatam talks about how to finish the game. In the last minute, try to be, it's a blessing to be alone. Not to have crying people, don't leave me alone, where is my will, you didn't give me my money back, and not you don't want people around you like that. Finish off, it's nothing belongs to you. If you start living like everything belongs to me, last minute is a torture. Everyone is after you. They won't allow you to die in peace. Everyone wants a piece of you. Now itself you try to learn what Isha was, everything, and be generous, be gentle. Nothing belongs to you. Saparyaga shukram akayam.
Saparyaga shukram akayam.
Avarnam ashnaviram shuddham.
Avarnam ashnaviram shuddham.
Apapavidham.
Apapavidham.
Kavir manishi paribu swayambhu.
Kavir manishi paribu swayambhu.
Yata tattvata.
Yatha tatvata.
Arthan vidadat.
Arthan vidadat.
Shashvatibhya samabhyah.
Shashvatibhya samabhyah.
It is talking about his all-pervading, all is bright, no the gross body like us, and immaculate, and he is without muscles and flesh, and no hunger and thirst, and pure, and it's no blemish he has, and he is the wise, master of the mind, complete. He transcends everything, and he is not dependent on anyone for his existence, and he is independent. Everyone depends on him, and he allocates duties to others, thinking that this is my job. My job, he makes everyone to think this I am responsible, and the creator, he is alone is the creator. He is the creator. Andantama pravishanti.
Andantama pravishanti.
Ye avidyam upasate.
Ye avidyam upasate.
Tato bhuya ivate tamo.
Tato bhuya ivate tamo.
Ya u vidyayam rataha.
Ya u vidyayam rataha.
Andantama pravishanti. How to know that one? You need to have complete education. Andantama pravishanti. Avidyan, one who contemplates on only what is not right, like a communist mentality, denying everything, denying all possible, only contemplating, those people will go to the darkness, path of darkness. On the other token, one who contemplates only on the right side never sees any the problems. Many problems, they go into deeper darkness. Deeper darkness. So in a Gurukul system, they have a Tarka Shastra. They have a debate also. For example, they make people to the Gurukuls I am associated with, I say God is there. Another person, they will give a task to another student. You have to argue that God is not there. Why God is not there? What is the argument the atheist take? You talk from that point. I talk from this point. You should know both. Why they are saying God is not there, why they say God is there. You should not say, if people say God is not there, no, I don't want to hear. You see, open your eyes. Why people are arguing with then you have the big full understanding. If somebody says something contrary, not to say I don't want to hear, not to, you let them say your point. That is Purva Paksha. That is how Acharyas came about. The Shankaracharya, when he came, Buddhists were saying they were only right. Shankaracharya said this point. Yes, he had to learn what Buddhism is talking about. So he proposed what is called as Advaita. When Ramanuja came, he learnt what is Advaita. He countered that when he understood what is Advaita, and he talked about what is Visishtadvaita. Otherwise, if he is not listening, there is no another one. Madhvacharya came, he learnt Buddhism, he learnt Advaita, he learnt Visishtadvaita. He proposed another the philosophy, Dvaita philosophy. How? Then only, what are the shortfalls in your argument? I will counter that one. Then only maturity in learning comes. If I don't say, blindly follow, then it is only a path of darkness. You have to open up the vision. You are not going out with a stick and knife to, you have to think. It is enable your mind. That is how the philosophies have come about, and Anyad eva hura vidyaya, Anyad ahura vidyaya, iti shushrumadhiranam, enastad vichachakshare. Some are talking about vidya. We need to have a knowledge. Some are talking about avidyaya. Why avidyaya? People are moving away from the philosophy. Moving away from philosophy because they do not know. Yesterday in the kids retreat also, the one parent was saying that many people in his village are enticed to get converted to the other religion. He was saying that nobody was describing why our philosophy is there. No idea. Nobody wants to talk about. People do not know what they have. So, when I do not know, so other party, other religion, they come and I will give you monthly 500 rupees. For them, money matters, not the knowledge. So, it is talking about, some talk about the people who are enticing, they will only pick up the wrong things. You have seen that one, because of that one. You come here. Come here. So, some are saying that that part, this part, and Vichachakshire, the knower of both, says you need both arguments. Both, you should have the full knowledge, then only you can counter any argument. Otherwise, you have no strength to counter any arguments. The 11th one, today's one, Vidyaya cha avidyayam cha,
Vidyayam cha avidyayam cha,
Yastad vedo ubhayam saha,
Yastad vedo ubhayam saha,
Avidyaya mrityam tirtva,
Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva,
Vidyaya amrita ashnute.
Vidyaya amritam ashnute.
It is what Vichachakshire, knowers, what they are saying is Vidyaya cha avidyaya, Yastad, knowledge, or it's the right knowledge, wrong knowledge, both. Ubhayam saha, you need both. For the driver's license, wrong side of the road, you should know why I should not go and why I should go. And you should have both vidya and avidya. And some people say only karma yoga is important. Some are talking about jnana yoga is important. You need to know what karma yoga means. You need to know jnana yoga. you need to know Bhakti Yoga. Ubhayam saha, you need both. Avidyaya, with the what is not right, that mrityum tirtva. When you know why I should not do, then mrityum, you will overcome all the fears in your life. Anxiety and knowing what is right. Amrita Ashnute, you get the freedom. You need freedom. You'll get freedom if you know why I should do. If you know why I should not do, you will overcome all the fear in your life. So, you need both dimensions. Andantama pravishanti.
Andantama pravishanti.
Pravishanti ya asambhutu upasate.
Ya asambhuya upasate.
Tato bhuya ivate tamo.
Tato bhuya ivate tamo.
Ya u sambhutyam rataha.
Ya u sambhutyam rataha.
Andantama pravishanti. It's again Andantama asambhut. One who thinks God is nirguna. God doesn't have a form. One who contemplates on God doesn't have a form, is a nirguna. That person, that andantama pravishanti, goes into the darkness. Tato bhuya ivate tamoya u sambhutya rataha. And one thinks God has only the form. Thinks only God has only form, that person goes into deeper darkness. If you think God doesn't have form and only argue on that one, you go into the darkness. If you see God only has form and he cannot have no form, you go into deeper darkness. It's the same argument it conveys. God is not as per your definition. It is talking about knowledge. Knowledge part is beyond the realm of your argument, realm of your mind. It is talking about ekam manaso javiyo. You can't put a God in a framework, this is God. If it is a cow, I can say this is a cow, I can hold on the horns and say. But God, you can't put it in a frame saying that this is God. He is beyond your mind. That is, this shloka is talking about the two arguments. One, vidya, knowledge part. Here it is talking about whether many people, India was invaded by many other religious people. They destroyed the temple and altars, thinking that God cannot have some. It is against the religion, I will destroy. They thought God cannot have form. And some of the India also, they thought only God can have a form. God cannot be without form. Both are wrong. That is what it is talking about. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namo Namaha. Now open the platform for you. Any questions? Here, Arvind Avare.
Vidyaya avidyaya. But that itself is a bit confusing. Like we may think that this is knowledge. On the other side, it may say this is not the knowledge that you are thinking. I may think
subjective.
It is like from what perspective we are seeing defines what we want to say. I may say this is right, but the other person may say it is again, it has to be defined. For example, like when we start with from the basics of meditation, we want to have that form. But at some point of time, we may lose that form. Then this shloka is trying to, like Manu to his grandson Yajna, it is a discussion that he is trying to define God. What we are trying to learn is, he is trying to show as much as possible that this is how it is, this is how it is. But this is not the limit. This is how it is. My buddhi may be 1%. Her buddhi may be 3%. Yours may be 10%. But your analysis, mine is 1% analysis. It all, same Manu is also trying to tell it to his grandson.
The grandson is telling Manu.
Grandson is telling Manu. But on the other hand, we are trying to take it for whatever little bit it is. Yes? Then avidyaya and avidyaya. Here there is a bit of confusion. I may think it is vidya. But when you start reading, it may seem to yourself, this may be wrong. Then we will have to again approach in different, like dimension has to be different.
Yeah,
maybe the object is same, I am seeing it from here. This front view is like this. The guy who is seeing, there is a different object, it is the same object. So Vidya is varying, right?
In the scientific level also, all inventions came that way. And for example, Galileo's time also, Earth was flat. That was the Vidya. He countered that one. He thought that is avidya. This is the Vidya. It's Earth is not. It's there is. It's not for. And it talked about the gravitation, Newton's theory. Earlier it was not there. And for me, this is Vidya. Some higher person, this is avidya. They will show the avidya. That's a continuous learning.
Correct. So when we were like, even Shankaracharya also contributed. Ramanujan, like persons are trying to extend our knowledge. For example, like I'm trying to say, someone gave you 80%, added another 5%. Someone else came and added. But that was a continuous flow that was happening.
The continuous flow.
Not that, like what you said, when Buddhism was there, everyone was attracted there. God had to send Shankaracharya. You have to do. Because Vedas are, that itself are not. So, that was Vidya for Buddhists.
Yeah,
which we can't say no. Then Shankaracharya also did very good thing. No.